Welcome to another episode of In Studio with Max and Miki. Today we are celebrating a really massive milestone. It is the 17th birthday of MAXMONEY.
Yeah, it is a huge deal. I mean, 17 years in tech is basically a lifetime.
Right. And for you listening, this is the cloud-based loan management system by Mycomax. Today we are looking at how this platform evolved from honestly a pretty risky idea into this massive ecosystem serving microfinanciers across 6 different countries.
Exactly. You have South Africa, Namibia, Zimbabwe, Zambia, Botswana, and Eswatini. And looking back 17 years, I mean, moving microfinance to the cloud was highly skeptical territory.
I bet. The internet connectivity in those remote areas back then was just, well, it was painfully slow or sometimes literally non-existent.
Right, exactly. Cloud-native software just was not a familiar concept to these businesses. People were used to local servers. So relying on an invisible cloud was a massive leap of faith.
It sounds like trying to sell someone a smartphone before reliable cell towers even existed. Like, sure, it looks cool, but
But how are you actually going to use it? Yeah, there's a perfect analogy. The friction was immense. But the reason they actually survived that era was how they built the architecture.
oh, like making it run on terrible internet.
You hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
They had to design incredibly lightweight software. They used low bandwidth data protocols and caching systems so lenders could just keep working even when the connection dropped.
Oh, wow. So they were basically building infrastructure for the future while accommodating the harsh reality of the present.
Precisely. And looking at these internal metrics we have in front of us, that gamble paid off on a massive scale.
Yeah, I am looking at these numbers right now, and they are staggering. The system currently supports 13,919 users.
And over its lifetime, it has processed over 13.7 million loans.
Wait, 13.7 million? That is wild. When you are looking at numbers like that, it really grounds the conversations we have right here on In Studio.
It really does. And those 13.7 million loans represent a combined value of 23.5 billion rand.
That is a lot of money to manage.
Exactly. Handling that sheer volume means you cannot just remain a simple loan tracker. The software had to mutate into this massive interconnected ecosystem.
Right, I was reading that it pre-configures connections between credit providers and bureaus, payment partners, insurance, and even regulatory bodies.
Yeah. Plus, they developed the Max app, so loan originators have full mobility out in the field while staying completely connected to the central hub.
But that brings up a really tough question. If a system automates literally everything, the compliance, the collections, all the third-party integrations, does not the whole process risk becoming totally cold and faceless?
That is a totally fair pushback.
Because, lenders are dealing with people's livelihoods here, so a massive automated machine sounds a bit transactional.
You would definitely think the automation would strip away the human element, but the client survey transcripts actually show the exact opposite.
Wait, really? How so?
Well, you might expect the most praised feature to be the tech stack or the pricing, right? But the most consistent theme across their longest-standing clients is actually the people behind the software.
So the tech company is praised for, well, not acting like a tech company.
Precisely. Clients explicitly note they feel at ease, and they are not treated like just a number. By automating all the robotic, tedious parts of the business like the complex reporting, the lenders can actually focus on serving their human customers.
Oh, I see. And meanwhile, the Mycomax support team handles any friction in the background.
Exactly. One client specifically pointed out that because they are kept so well informed by actual human support staff, they never get hassles from the NCR, the National Credit Regulator.
They do not just log a ticket into a black hole. They get a person with a face who solves the problem before the regulators even come knocking.
That is right. It perfectly embodies their tagline, innovate, collaborate, elevate.
Right, so the technology handles the innovation and elevation, but the collaboration is strictly human to human.
It is. Which kind of leads to an interesting thought about where all this is heading for the industry.
Yeah, what are you thinking?
Well, if a 17-year-old software company is thriving right now because of its human touch, what happens in the next decade?
Right, especially with AI getting so advanced.
Exactly. As AI gets better at mimicking empathy and handling complex customer service, will clients eventually prefer the efficiency of an AI agent that flawlessly feels human? Or will the premium always be on an actual person picking up the phone?
That is a fascinating thought. In an increasingly automated cloud-based world, is the ultimate competitive advantage just how human you can remain? That is definitely something for you to mull over next time you interact with an automated system. Are you paying for the code or the people standing behind it?
Absolutely.
Well, thank you so much for joining us on In Studio today. We really appreciate you tuning in. Please remember to subscribe to the In Studio podcast on Spotify and YouTube. See you next time.